I've said this once before and I'm gonna say it again. The Amazing Digital Circus give it all the Emmys, put it in the Louvre. This show is genuine art. My expectations were so incredibly high coming into episode 8 simply because of how good the rest of the show is, and somehow they still not only met but completely exceeded all of my expectations. From the origins of Cain in the cold open, to the crash out, to the musical number, to literally killing Cain, this episode had me sitting on the edge of my seat, physically and verbally reacting to what was happening on screen. The last media to do that to me was the last time the Steelers were relevant in the playoffs, and that was years and years and years ago. I still love you, Mike T. Please come back to us.
We do not care.
Conceptually, this show is amazing, and in execution, Glitch and Gooseworks have been flawless. I could really go on and on all day about every little thing I think is great about this show, but we're actually here to talk about how great I am.
I can't believe I was right!
Nah, I'm playing. But episode 8 really did strengthen and damn near confirm a bunch of the theories that I've previously posted on this channel. The cold open shows us Cain consuming another intelligence, and in doing so becoming bigger, stronger, and smarter. This is the basis of the consumption theory, directly confirmed within the first minute of episode 8. If that was all the evidence that helped my theory, I would have been extremely happy. That's a huge dub in my book. But that's just the start. Later throughout the episode is imagery of consumption. It shows up everywhere. In Cain's musical number, we see 3 references to older adventures back to back to back, all 3 of these using the motif of consumption. Along with this, all of these characters and adventures were also used as evidence in my theory. A bit later into the number, we see this image, a rudimentary, old-school 90s representation of Cain. This doesn't confirm, but is great evidence for my theory on how the digital circus looks much more polished now than it did previously due to Cain becoming smarter through consumption. And also, what the fuck is up with this line?
I don't know what exactly happened with Kaufmo, but we can't let that despair consume us.
Like, what the actual fuck? Am I being trolled? This very well might just be my ego looking for strings that aren't there, but what the fuck? I don't know what exactly happened with Kaufmo, but we can't let that despair consume us? Are you shitting me? I think if you were to count every word I've said on this channel, Kaufmo and consume would probably be the 2 most words said outside of prepositions. I'm sure this is a line that no one else even had a second thought about, but when I first heard it, I had to pause and just sit there for a minute with my jaw laying on the ground. Also, the show has since shown teasers for episode 9 and Kangert doesn't have to wear a bucket on his head anymore, confirming it was either A, Cain who was messing with his mind, or B, there's less visual noise now that Cain is gone, which either worked for my theory. Coming out of episode 8, as a viewer, I was extremely satisfied. It gave us so much information I've been dying to know, and it left us in a place where we're all sitting here thinking, where the hell is this story gonna bring us to next? And as a wannabe YouTuber, I left the episode ecstatic, not only because my ego was inflated by being kinda correct on some of my theories, but also the sheer amount of evidence given to us in episode 8 leads me to believe all the evidence we need to figure out the story is right here in front of us. We just have to figure out what it all means before June 19th. The thought of that is really cool. We all have the opportunity to take a swing at the ending, and hopefully be able to say I told you so afterwards. Now, to deflate my ego for a bit. For as much as I claim to have gotten right, I definitely got a bunch wrong. In my last video, I used this post-credit scene from episode 6 and said the image was of the 2 buttons we see in the server room in episode 7. Come to find out, it was actually the 2 AI programs within Cain. Also, the Pomni room wasn't an escape to the void, the room was actually important because they needed the computer. In this scene, it's even shown that the exit door to the void is sealed off. Although I'm still going to claim a small W on that one because I was on the right track but definitely whiffed on the ending. I went left, they went right. On top of these, I also just said a bunch of random things wrong in my videos. I said some dumb things like AI can't create anything more intelligent than the self. That's just not true. I was attempting more so to say that it's unlikely Cain/AI would be able to create something more emotionally intelligent than itself, but I worded that very poorly. I also called this painting of Kaufmo getting eaten on the wall a mosaic. It's just not. I just like that word and I think it's fun to say, and I've basically been using it as a synonym for art. I've been doing this IRL for years at this point, so thank you to this comment for correcting me because that's pretty embarrassing. Anyway, I'm still getting used to this whole YouTube and script writing thing, so I apologize for any dumb mistakes and just writing errors. I also want to take this time to give a general channel update. I have 2 videos planned as of now on the Amazing Digital Circus. The first will be a breakdown of the opening of episode 8, and the other will be a final swing at trying to predict the end of the show. On top of that, I also have a bunch of other random ideas for YouTube essay style videos that I've been cultivating in my notes app for years. I love the Amazing Digital Circus, but I don't specifically intend to beat a dead horse after the series finishes. But I would love to continue making videos because I'm having so much fun doing it. I think the overall plan for this channel is to stick with the essay style video with a tad bit of education sprinkled in, and apply that to any media I enjoy. With that being said, I can leak that the first video on this channel that's not Amazing Digital Circus related will be on Counter-Strike and why I love the game so much. The working title is a love letter to Counter-Strike, but that may change. Anyway, that's all I got. I just wanted to do a quick video, a little episode 8 reaction and a channel update, and also just say thank you guys so much for all your support over the last couple of videos. It has just been so amazing, and I'm having so much fun doing this. If you're watching right now, go ahead and subscribe. I'm definitely gonna be making more of these, so thank you guys.